Welcome to Week 3 of Crossing Broad's weekly fantasy football series, brought to you by DraftKings.com and our fantasy advice guru, Neighbor Mike.
Hello, Jerry.
Hello, Newman.
I'm Intern Adam, and I'm here with special guest, the visiting Pope Francis. Thank you for joining us, Your Holiness.
Thanks for having me.
Pope Francis, I thought you were from Argentina. Why do you have an Italian accent?
They give you an accent when you become the Pope.
Makes sense to me. On to quarterbacks. Even though the Titans were trounced by the Browns last week, Marcus Mariota, with his double threat of passing and running the ball, puts him in an obvious must-draft position against the Colts. Mike expects the trends of fantasy quarterbacks playing the Steelers to continue on. Consider Nick Foles this week as Pittsburgh comes to St. Louis. Just hope Foles doesn't try to win with his running game. And speaking of continuing trends, Blake Bortles faces the Patriots, who have allowed 260 passing yards per game. The Jacksonville quarterback could be a nice sleeper pick. Jonathan Stewart of the Carolina Panthers faces a mess of a defense against the New Orleans Saints. Mike sees big chunks of rushing yards adding up to big points on the fantasy board.
I like this choice. I'ma give this one the Pope's A-OK.
Even though Frank Gore has been held to only 23 carries so far this season, the Colts are in a division battle this week with the Titans. The Oakland Raiders have allowed more fantasy points against running backs since last year. Mike sees Duke Johnson as a good value and the better choice to lead the Browns' running game. Brandon Marshall will face the Eagles this week, who have had defensive struggles at cornerback. Expect to hear yee quite often at the Meadowlands this Sunday. Remember those 260 per game passing yards given up by the Patriots? Expect Allen Robinson of the Jaguars to receive lots of those passes. With T.Y. Hilton still sore, Philip Dorsett could be a gamble at wide receiver, but a high reward one at a low draft price against Tennessee. Kyle Rudolph is becoming a red zone threat for the Vikings. Leading the team in receptions, it seems he's out to prove his value after previous injury-prone seasons.
The Pope is gonna give a 2 thumbs up for this fantasy draft pick.
Another tight end leading their team in receptions is Jared Cook. If Nick Foles gets pressured and is looking for a target, odds are Cook will be the guy. Dallas Cowboys' Gavin Escobar is in the queue for lead tight end, as a banged-up Jason Witten could be limited in playing time Sunday against the Falcons. Could an 0-2 start be the necessary push for Seattle's defense to wake up? Mike seems to think so. Against a sore Bears offense, the Seattle Seahawks are a no-brainer starter for defense. The Falcons are also a no-brainer against the Cowboys, who did as much as the Eagles last week to shoot themselves in the foot offensively. The Phillip Rivers turnover machine comes to Minnesota, so start the Vikings if you can. Pope Francis, I hope your time here in Philadelphia is quite enjoyable.
Your city has welcomed me with open arms. I don't know why they warned me about coming here.
It really is a great place. So I'm glad you're... Oh, Pontiff, I hate to say this, but it looks like your car, it's being towed away.
Hey, why you tow away the Pope's mobile? I put out money on the meter.
Wow, I guess the Pope really does answer to a higher authority.